Hello and welcome to CARO Client Connect, CARO's online data access portal. My name is Patrick Novak and I'm the Vice President of CARO, and I'll be taking you through this exciting new service we are making available to clients. Client Connect is designed to allow our clients 24-hour access to their analytical data, complete with real-time status updates, analysis information, bottle and supply information, and trending tools for your data sets. CARO's Client Connect will also help you keep organized by giving you and your team access to all of your analysis data information, including filing and organizing all project-specific documents and comparison to regulations if they've been requested, and it also fully accessible by your smartphone or tablet device, so your data is always at your fingertips. To begin using CARO Client Connect, please contact a CARO representative to obtain login information, and we can also help schedule an on-site training session. You can also fill out an account request form on our contact page here to begin the process. So you just go to our website as you see here, click on Contact, and underneath our social media links there's a form to provide anonymous feedback, but also the CARO Client Connect sign up form. I'll bring you to a form that allows you to put in the names and people that you'd like to access CARO Client Connect data, and some information and reading through the terms and conditions. So once that's done and you have an account set up, you can go back to the login whenever you come in through CARO, and you just simply click on the client login portion of the website. This will take you to CARO Client Connect login page. I'm just going to use my login, which I have set up here as pnovak@caro.ca, and I have a temporary password. So everyone will be given a temporary password, which they will put in just like this, and you will be asked to enter that password that you just were given as a temporary password, and then enter a new password that you can remember. So I'm just doing that here, and password has changed, so now you can log in again, and that should be the only time that you need to do this login step. Again, it's worth noting to always cycle your passwords, and you can change your password on this site. I'll show you how to do that. And if you wouldn't mind also reading the disclaimer that these results available are provided as a matter of service and convenience, but they don't replace our PDF reports for the time being. Also, if you're not authorized, not attempting to enter or access this data, it's important that if you or somebody in your team are no longer with the company that has access to that data, that you are not accessing this data. It is for convenience, however, also we value our clients' data and want to keep that secure and proprietary to the clients. So now once you have that ability to get into the system, you'll be brought to this main page, and this will give you an access to the different documents that you have under the account. We've set up a dummy account, CARO Analytical Services, Richmond, our head office, under my name here. And we have one work order that we can show you just for training purposes, and it'll give you an idea. Most times you're navigating through, you'll familiarize yourself, but we just wanted to give you a quick synopsis of what you have access to. So it brings you to the projects. This will list out any of the projects that you have access to, and then you can go into that project, and then you'll see the work order number and what samples that you have and what documents are contained, and any information as you can see across the page. The samples, here we have one sample logged in under a work order 507-1047. The sample ID is then drilled down by clicking onto these buttons or triangles, This gives you access. Right now, these analyses are being conducted, and you can see they're going through our system. Their status is indicated, batched and reviewed at this point, and going through that ability to see what you have access to. Also can export this data at any time. That will give you the ability to bring it in and export it so that you have access to a CSV or various other export formats so that you can bring it into Excel and get that information at any time with the data or in advance or making tables. Gives you that convenience. Going back to this, you can see the other samples, the analysis that are being done, and the other samples within that work order that are being done right now. And since there's no data available at this time, you can drill into the documents right here and see the COC again, an ability to see what is linked to this, and there is a COC that was submitted for testing purposes. And going back to the site, other documents as they're available will be made available here so that you can access them. If you look also under the Documents tab, going from Projects to Documents, this lists the COC. This will be all the documents. You'll be able to filter it, or the active projects, or all, and search it by this filter. That gives you an ability to see if there's documents that you might have misplaced and be able to access those documents in the future if you need to, a convenient location to obtain it at any time of the day. Further, there is a section on methodology. This gives you the ability to look at analysis that we complete in our system or that we currently do. And you can go through and find out information, and for example, lead and paint. If you want to see how that's done, click on it. Solid, lead and paint, holding time, what amount do we need, and how you can submit it in a plastic bag at room temperature. It's quite simple. And there's many other analysis that you could use. pH in water is another example. The matrix water. So looking through pH in water, 14-day hold time, and we look for typically 1 liter in an amber glass with preservative and refrigerate at 6 degrees Celsius. Further, as with pH, you can see the detection limits. Those detection limits that are available, and this shows you the analyte or the compound, the units, and then the MRL or minimum reporting limit that we will report. And these are flag levels that we use, typically tied to some kind of regulation, but not necessarily. And these would be flagged on the report on here as just something to watch for if it's significantly above that. But these are the detection limits in this column. And then these are the quality control, QC control limits tab that shows the QC that we work to uphold in that system, and this is also displayed on the report. Again, if you have any questions about any of this, feel free to contact an account manager at CARO and we'd be happy to help. Further to the analysis, we can drill into the analyte, specific analytes that you might have questions about. So looking through this list and being able to see, as an example, I pulled up this one in honey, so it's fluoroquinolones in honey, or multi-class antibiotics. That gives us the analyte is enrofloxacin, and we have the MRL here. As you can see, there are many different analyses, so it might be complex to look and analytes. We're happy to help you by calling, but if you want to go through here, you have that ability. You can also look by a CAS number, something that some people of a more technical nature might be interested, or a general method, or a specific method, test method ID, or even a test package, as in, for example, doing total E. coli in food, and we do some solids, so E. coli in food by Petri film, and then that same information that you're used to seeing for the other. The same with total heavy metals in water. You can look at all the different analysis, and if there's something that you can't find, again, please contact us and we'd be happy to help. But this is really there to give you an ability to look a little bit deeper into what we do, as well as have that information about your projects readily accessible. Finally, this will give the contact information and ability to change your password, which we encourage you to do regularly, so that people aren't having access to your data. There's also a way to change any of this information. You can also email your lab contact. You'll be able to click on this and we'll send a message directly to the lab contact that you have on record. And finally, once you're done, if you can click on this logout button, that will give you thank you for using CARO Client Connect, and you'll be done with your session. So I hope that helped you out. That is just a brief synopsis of what we can do with CARO Client Connect, and we have some exciting new features that we will be rolling out in addition to this in the future, along with many of the other exciting things that we're doing at CARO. Thank you once again, and thank you for choosing to use CARO.